Hi, I'm Steve Tattersall with Antares Tile in Boulder, Colorado. Today I'm doing a tub to shower conversion. Tub is in a basement on a concrete slab. First thing is I'm going to pull the tub out with as little tile removal as possible. The new pan that comes in here from QuickDrain USA is an all-inclusive foam slope curb. I won't have to do any chopping to the concrete, hopefully. They've made the drain so that it's a quick connect to the existing plumbing. It's made for commercial uses, for hotel remodels, and that sort of thing where everything is on a concrete slab. So my first job is to get the tub out of here. So the tub is removed. These are the pieces that come with the kit. Is the curb, a slope panel. This is the piece that the drain fits into, that goes over at that edge. The drain. The drain comes with a rear outlet, a side outlet, or a down. And from my familiarity with this, I knew that the back outlet was going to work the best for me, and I could take it and then go down into what's going on down here in the floor. It's all 1.5" ABS plumbing that I have here. I purchased a 2" to 1.5" no hub coupling. There is already a no hub coupling existing down there. I'll be able to remove that and rough plumb from my drain down into there. You want to be sure your floor is level this way and this way. There is slope that's built into these panels, and but you want to start out to make sure this is a concrete slab, you know, when was it poured, all that sort of thing. This piece comes with a tongue and groove, as does this slope and the other piece that fits into this. So I'm going to be keeping my curb right at the same location where the other one was. I'll run my tile out right exactly to this spot where it is, because I'm keeping all the rest of this tile in here. First, I'm going to start looking at where my plumbing is going to go, where my center is, cut this down so that the drain centers between the curb and the wall, remove the ledger, install backer board, and go from there. So I'm fortunate in here that there is this ledge that was in when they poured the slab. With this piece installed here, it's not solid enough to support itself in there. So I'm going to have to either fill the hole. I'm going to cut a piece of 3/4" plywood and put it in here, leave a little bit of room, and fill this in so that I have support for underneath this piece. First, I'm going to put on my backer up. So I've built this up so that it's flush with the floor. I have my curb just dry fit in place. This will go here. I've thrown a level across it. It works. I have flexibility with this coupling where I'll be able to slip it on, still get to the screw, push it into place, and screw this down to the foam. And when these boards are in place, everything will hold everything till the thin set kicks. And I'll be waterproofing, and that's pretty much it. I'll also be filling this void with thin set, and typically you would wait a day. You want that thin set to kick before you waterproof. I have some membrane material that I'm going to glue over the top so that I can waterproof right away today. All the foam panels, including the curb, are set in thin set with a 1/4" by 1/4" notch trowel. So here's what the pan looks like when it's finished. All of the joints are tongue and groove. I'm tight all around my sides. Tomorrow I'll waterproof. I've filled this area with thin set where the drain goes. I've screwed my drain body down. I also threw a bunch of thin set underneath that drain body to give it a little bit more support also. They give you these long screws with the kit that go in. And hold the curb to the rest of it. So I'm ready for waterproofing. The kit comes with inside corners and outside corners to go over your curb. You can cut them to length. I'm going to remove the clamping collar and remove this outer, only the outer piece of the protective wrap. I'm going to tape all of my edges. I'm going to tape up the wall, the back. I'm going to tape over the seam from the drain to the floor. I will tape all of my seams that are in the slope panels. I will tape the edge of the curb and put my waterproofing all the way around. Typically I can put a fan on it and it'll dry in an hour and a half. I can put a second coat on right away while I'm doing something else. Also, after you remove the clamping collar, there are some locator pins on here, which are little tiny needles that stick up that help you to relocate the clamping collar. Once you get all of your waterproofing done, everything is covered, you can't see a thing. So as you go and you've got your stuff, make sure that you push that down around those little needles that stick up, and you'll find them as you're working. And this is the pan after the first coat of waterproofing. There's going to be a knee wall here that I'm going to be installing. It was kind of an afterthought as opposed to a large piece of glass or a sliding door. So that is also going to get waterproof to the curb. It's going to sit on the outside of the curb. But at least I have my first coating of waterproofing here that you can see with the camera. Everything else is going to be compromised once that knee wall goes in. So I have my 2 coats of waterproofing down. I have my little locator pins available here. I'm going to insert the clamping collar and screw it down. I've cut my extensions, my drain extensions, which will go here on the end. I'm going to put a coat of modified urethane sealant underneath those. I like the Go Board sealant because I use Go Board and I use that for my waterproofing. But a generous amount underneath. And these have little tabs on them that line up to your drain. For when you you're going to trim these, and they go from your drain extension, they'll go all the way across and act as like a Schluter tile edge. So you will, after you've measured, have your drain extensions on measured and cut these with snips, they will also align to these tabs. So I've cut this to length, and it helps when you cut it to open it up just a little bit because it gets crimped. And you can go right along and get it started and push it down and get it started all the way across. Then I like to go in here with a screwdriver and lift it up as high as I can for when I set my tile. Then I'll be able to push it down to the proper height of the tile. And as I think the urethane sealant underneath these end pieces, I don't know if that's necessary or not. I'm used to setting this shower line drain in a threshold application. Here where you have a pan and everything is sloping to the drain anyway, it doesn't matter if water gets past this. But if this was my room and I was applying this drain in a threshold situation with no curb, I would put that urethane sealant all underneath here to keep any water from the shower getting past the drain into the tile of the other floor. So I'm going to take a box knife and cut around the green waterproofing on here and pull up this protective cover. I'm going to measure and cut my drain cover to length, put a couple of the lifting spacers on it and just see how I sit in the drain. Also, I don't know if you can notice, but this bottom course of tile I like to cut down into the trough so my drain has something nice to stop against. So these are the spacers that fit onto the drain. Oh my gosh. Some of them are awfully tight, and I like to use a little paddle to push them down. I pushed one on and found that I was too low. So there's these extensions that are about 1/8 of an inch each. And I've also found that some of them have a little burr on them from the casting. And if you can, put that burr to the outside. They have a tendency to catch. These are hard enough to get on here as it is. And if you can think about it in the first place, put that burr away, it won't get caught up. It'll be so much easier to press these on. Also, these are PVC, and I suggest that you put a little bit of PVC glue on there, and glue once you've established the height. Glue these on. Otherwise, when your customer goes the first time to pull the drain off of here, sometimes they stick down in there. You'll pull the drain up, some of them will come out, they'll fall and go down into the trap, and they don't have more to put in. So I highly recommend gluing these spacers on. This kit comes with 4. I'm going to put the 4 across and drop it in. And here's the finished product.